Okay. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Today is the 16th of June, and this is the Finance Administration Committee and a special meeting of the Board of Directors of West Basin Municipal Water District. So let's please do a roll call.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, Director Tommy Favai. Here. Chairman Scott Houston.
Here.
Director Desi Alvarez. Director Don Deere.
Here.
Director Gloria Gray. Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
All right, very well. Public comment. Is there anyone from the public who's wishing to speak?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any requests for public comment prior to this meeting, though this meeting is being held both in person and virtually. If there's any member of the public that would like to speak under public comment, please indicate so by raising your virtual hand. And I do not see any request for public comment, though, Mr. Chairman, as you know, or you might have just heard, Director Gloria Gray has joined us online.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you. Okay, so presentations. We have no presentations. Item 5 is the action calendar. 5A, approval of minutes. Jay, if you'd introduce that, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this item 5A will be presented by Desiree Quintero, our Manager of Administration and Board Secretary, and this item begins on packet page 4.
Thank you, EJ. Good afternoon, members of the committee and board. The minutes for the West Basin Municipal Water District Board of Directors meetings are an integral part of the public meeting process. Minutes provide a history of the actions taken at board meetings, which is informative not only for members of the public, but for other stakeholders as well. Minutes for the May 1st, 2026 special board meeting and the May 27th, 2026 special board meeting have been attached for consideration and can be found on packet page 6 and 8 respectively. With that, I would like to read the recommendation that the board approve the May 1st, 2026 special board meeting and May 27th, 2026 special board meeting minutes. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see. Any questions on the minutes?
Questions?
Questions? Director Gray, any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
I have none either, so I would recommend they go forward. Yes, for approval for the full board. Yes, Director Favai. Hers, so we have that done. 5B is in boy. Approve sponsorship of fiscal year 2026-27 community outreach events.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. For this presentation, we do have Hazen Baskets, our Deputy Board Secretary 2, and this item begins on packet page 13.
EJ, good afternoon, Chairman Houston, members of the committee and board. As EJ mentioned, this item begins on packet page 13, and I have 3 events for your consideration today. The first one is for the El Segundo Women's Club Confetti Egg Fundraiser. This is an annual event that the El Segundo Women's Club hosts at the City of El Segundo's 4th of July event. This year, that will be held on Saturday, July 4th, 2026. At this time, Director Houston recommends sponsoring the Confetti Egg Fundraiser for $250, and if approved, that sponsorship would grant West Basin an information table to display promo materials as well as an advertisement. We did sponsor this event last year for the same amount of $250 and received similar benefits. The documents that the organizers have submitted for this year's request are included in attachment A beginning on packet page 16. Next up, the Culver City Downtown Business Association is hosting their annual Independence Day celebration on Sunday, July 5th, 2026. Director Houston recommends sponsoring the Independence Day celebration for $3,000, and if approved, that sponsorship would grant West Basin a booth at the event, a speaking opportunity, as well as an advertisement in the form of logo placement on flyers, printed, and social media. Flyers, printed materials, and social media. Sorry about that. West Basin did sponsor this event last year for the same amount of $3,000, and we received similar benefits, including a booth where staff interacted with approximately 76 residents. And I did want to point out that this year their sponsorship levels did go up. However, since we have historically supported this event for many years, they were very gracious in offering us the $5,000 level at $3,000, which is what is being presented to you for consideration today. The documents that they have submitted for this year's event are included in attachment B, and those can be found beginning on packet page 19. The last item that I have for your consideration today is for the El Segundo Rotary Club. They are hosting their annual Movie in the Park event on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Director Houston recommends sponsoring the Movie in the Park event for $500, and if approved, that sponsorship would grant us a speaking opportunity as well as a booth at the event. This does also include logo placement on various event materials. West Basin last sponsored this event in 2025, and we did so for the same amount of $500. And we received similar benefits, including a booth where staff interacted with approximately 30 residents. The documents that the organizers have submitted for this year's request are included in attachment C, and you can find those beginning on packet page 22. Approving the requests that are before you for consideration today, or if the board were to approve these, I should say, these sponsorship requests total $3,750. And if approved, that would leave a remaining balance of $68,250 in the fiscal year 26-27 community outreach budget. The details for that can be viewed in attachment D, and that's beginning on packet page 27. So with that, I will read the recommendation. Director Houston recommends that the board approve sponsorship of 1, the El Segundo Women's Club Confetti Egg Fundraiser event on Saturday, July 4th, 2026 for $250. 2, the Downtown Culver City Independence Day celebration on Sunday, July 5th, 2026 for $3,000. And 3, the El Segundo Rotary Club's Movie in the Park event on Saturday, August 1st, 2026 for $500. And with that, I am happy to answer any questions.
Okay, great, thank you, Haza. Any questions on these 3 items?
No questions.
Director,
No question.
Director Wright?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, now it sounds like everything's in order. Thank you for all that, Haza, and these are all repeat events, as was mentioned. So I'd recommend they move forward with a yes position from the committee for the full board. Director Pavai,
And I concur.
encouraged. All right, thank you very much. 5C is a cap. Consider fiscal year 2026-27 district sponsorship requests. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like these are ones that we determined amounts on, right? So go ahead, EJ, to introduce that item.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman. And these 2 items are longstanding district sponsorships that we consider annually. For the presentation, we have Carla Hewitt, our executive assistant, and the item begins on packet page 28.
Good afternoon, directors. As EJ was mentioning, I would like to turn your attention to page 28 of your packet for the district sponsorship requests that I will be presenting today. Sponsorship requests are typically associated to events that present an opportunity to create and strengthen relationship with stakeholders, disseminate the district's mission, and establish strategic partnerships to move forward with our strategic goals. The first one to be presented today would be the 2026 Water Reuse California Annual Conference, an event that you may well be very familiar with. This will take place on beginning Monday, August 24th to Wednesday, August 26th at the Hyatt Regency in the city of San Francisco. And the various sponsorship levels range from $10,000 at the diamond level to the purple level with $750. The district has typically sponsored this event at the silver tier, previously with $3,000, and most recently in 2025 with $4,000 after the organization revamped their sponsorship proposal and applied some increases. Details regarding sponsorship packages are included in attachment A, page 31 of your packet. No significant changes from last year to the proposal, so everything stays the same. The Water Reuse Association California section is also very good at sharing their accomplishments with the general public. You can find their most recent annual report on page 37 or on your of your agenda packet, where they share the most significant milestones of their work in year 2025. Next, on today's presentation is the 2026 Taste of Soul Family Festival to take place in the city of Los Angeles on Saturday, October 17th. Sponsorship tiers for this event range from $200,000 to $5,000 at the Amethyst level. The entire sponsorship proposal is included on attachment C on page 54. It's a large packet. It's mostly for reference. The district has not typically sponsored this event above the $5,000 mark. So that will be the Amethyst level. That's specifically, again, page 54 of your packet. No significant changes for most of the things that we will see this time, with exception of the VIP reception, which typically takes place 2 days before the event. That event will not be taking place this year. The organization has decided not to move forward with it. So that you will see as something that's not showing up or shows up as a difference between what was offered in the packet last year versus what we find this year. Everything else stays the same. Then I'm gonna move on to list the benefits for West Facing of sponsorships. Participation in outreach events provides West Facing opportunities to connect with the communities it serves, create and strengthen relationship with stakeholders, and to stay up to date with industry developments. Funding wise, funds for the proposed sponsorship are included in the fiscal year 2026-2027 sponsorship budget in the amount of $55,000. And to wrap this presentation, I will read the recommendation. The recommendation is that the board consider approving sponsorship of the Water Reuse California Conference to be held August 24th to 26th, 2026 at the Hyatt Regency in San Francisco, and that it determines the appropriate sponsorship level. And that the board consider approving sponsorship of the 21st edition of the Taste of Soul Family Festival to be held Saturday, October 17th, 2026 in the city of Los Angeles, and that it determine the appropriate sponsorship level. And with that, I have finalized the presentation and open to any questions should you have it.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see. I think these are both great events. We've sponsored these in the past, and it's up to the committee to at least make a recommendation to the board. So I would just put out there that Water Reuse California, it looks like we did the $4,000 last year. And I think that we should just stay in that same space. So I would recommend $4,000 silver package. And then on the Taste of Soul, it looks like we did the $5,000 level last year. It's called Amethyst, and so I would recommend that as well. But I'm definitely open to hearing my colleagues' thoughts. So I'll ask Director Babai first.
No, I agree with the sponsorship levels. Thank you.
Very good, Director Yu. Director Gray, any comments?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, well, thank you. So, so I'll say that again. It looks like Taste of Soul, the Amethyst level, $5,000 for Water Reuse California Conference. It'll be coming up the same as last year, the silver at $4,000, right? Okay, so we'll recommend that to the full board at our upcoming meeting, and Director Babai, I believe, concurs. All right, thank you. And so thanks for that, Carla. And with that, we will move forward to item 5D as in dog, adopt resolution number 05-26-1234, proposing fiscal year 2026-2027 standby charge. EJ, if you would please introduce that item.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This is an annual item for consideration in relation to West Basin's 2026-2027 standby charge. This is in relation to the negotiated settlement of litigation, which requires us to review this and determine whether to move forward and continue on with the standby charge as allowed under that negotiated settlement. For this presentation, we have Wendy O'Kelly, our Chief Financial Officer, and this item begins on packet page 57.
Thank you, EJ. Good afternoon, Chair Houston and directors. The item today before the committee is for the consideration of the fiscal year 26-27 standby charge. Prior to the adoption of the standby charge, a public hearing must be held, which is scheduled for June 22nd at 1 p.m. Just a little bit of background that EJ also touched upon for the district standby charge. It is governed by the settlement agreement that established a phased reduction in revenue, obviously with the eventual elimination of the charge altogether. The standby charge imposed on properties within the West Basin service area, except for West Hollywood, is for this year approximately $7.6 million in standby charge revenue. This is the same amount that we are seeing in this fiscal year 25-26. So for the parcels that are impacted, the rates for each parcel that is outlined on page 58 of your agenda packet, they do remain unchanged. Just from a process standpoint, earlier this month, West Basin staff mailed out notifications for the low water use reduction and exemption program. That is in the engineer's report. The process provides basically eligible property owners with the opportunity to demonstrate special circumstances related to low water consumption or to request an exemption for undevelopable land or property subject to governmental restrictions. Additional information, as I stated, regarding that eligibility is found on pages 77 through 79 of the agenda packet. And we also notified the public that those applications are due back to the district no later than July 6th to give us time to remove them from the tax roll. With that said, staff is requesting the committee's recommendation to move this item forward to the board of directors for consideration at the June 22nd public hearing. And then the board will consider adopting resolution number 05-26-1234, imposing the fiscal year 26-27 standby charge. And I can also read the recommendation that is for the board. That recommendation is the board consider approving, adopting, and authorizing the president to sign resolution 05-26-1234, a resolution of the board of directors of the West Basin Municipal Water District imposing the standby charge for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026, and repealing resolution number 06-25-1224.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Let's see. Are there any questions on this? Director Flavite.
No questions, pretty straightforward.
Director Peter.
No question.
Director Gray.
No question. Thank you.
Good, thank you. I don't have any questions either. So I would recommend we move this forward to the board and we just put this on the action account. We don't really.
Correct. It'll be a public hearing.
Opinion
Correct.
here. We
Correct.
just want to move it forward, right? So with that, you'll have that on the agenda for the month. Thank you, EJ. Let's see here. Okay, I believe I'm on information calendar, correct?
That's correct.
All right, thank you. So item 6A, information calendar is the monthly financial reports. EJ, if you'll please introduce that.
Yes, for this item, we have Jose Flores, our senior accountant, and this item begins on packet page 85.
Thank you, EJ. Good afternoon, members of the committee and board. As stated, I'll be going over the monthly financial reports. As required by West Basin's administrative code, staff is required to submit various financial reports to the board to keep them apprised of the financial condition and future needs of the district. I'll now begin on packet page 87 for the demands list. This is our demands list for the period ending May of 2026. The report ends on page 91. The total expenditures for the month was $20,227,302.81. Included in this total is our May Metropolitan bill, which was $12,922,254.43. This accounts for 64% of our total expenditures. Please let me know if there are any questions.
Any questions?
No questions.
I'll move on to packet page 93. And we'll be presenting our cash and investments report for the period ending May 2026. Our total market market value for the month was 100.6 million. Our investment balance is significantly higher this month. I will note there's also an upcoming bond payment that will significantly reduce the balance. The total of the bond payment is going to be $17,333,425, and it will be paid next month in July. Noting on the same page, you can see on the right-hand side a pie chart that shows our portfolio diversity and different investments that we carry. On the following page, you'll see our credit quality distribution graphs. You can see here that 69% of our securities are rated AAA. On the next page, this page represents our maturity distribution. You can see here that the majority of our investments are highly liquid. And then on packet pages 96 and 97, you'll see the security acquisitions and dispositions for the month of May. For the remaining pages, packet pages 98 to 108, there's a detailed listing of our investment holdings. This concludes the cash and investments report. Are there any questions?
Any question?
No questions.
Thank you. If there are no questions, we can move on to our monthly water sales report on packet page 109. For the month of May, potable water sales was 7,361 acre feet, which was 705 acre feet higher than budget and 204 acre feet lower than last year. As you can see on the bottom portion of the same page, it shows imported barrier was 223 acre feet for May, of which Dominguez was 184 and West Coast was 39. On the next page, we have our recycled water sales for the month at 3,204, which was 192 higher than budget and 483 higher than last year. The table below shows the breakdown of our recycled water, where barrier was 1,092, refineries were 1,673, and disinfectant tertiary was 439. I also want to just briefly point out that California Water Service, Palos Verdes, did begin recently purchasing recycled water. For the month of May, they made 12 acre feet of purchases. That concludes our water sales for the month. Are there any questions?
Any questions on it?
No questions.
Okay. With that, I'll move on to packet page 111. You'll see here the Directors Conference and Travel Expense Report through May 2026. Our annual budget is $75,000. Of that amount, we expense $22,816.39, leaving a remaining balance of $52,183.61. On the next page, you can see our executive management and staff travel expense report through May 2026. With the one-time budget increase, we have an annual budget of $123,000. Of that total, we have expensed $113,484.89, leaving a remaining balance of $9,515.11. There were broader conditions affecting travel this year. Since 2019, travel costs have increased by about 23%. Travel prices increased significantly faster than overall inflation, and between late 2025 and 2026, there was a significant travel price volatility, primarily due to energy prices and airline fees. Please let me know if there are any questions.
Any questions?
No questions.
Questions?
No questions.
Thank you very much. I think I noticed two things on here. One was recycled water sales. You're right on target, EJ,
Yes.
with our budget. That's good. And then the other thing, and you just mentioned it, obviously, the price of travel's up heavily. And you're just driving over here, I was listening to the radio and they were talking about airline prices and the fact that, there's not as many flights and on and on. So it is something, unfortunately, we'll have to be cognizant of in the midst of our current budget, recycling is to prove that, some of the normal things that we do will probably cost us more next fiscal year than they would normally. So it is what it is, but it's unfortunate. So I know that EJ, you guys will be watching the costs, but it does make some barriers to some of the things that we tried to do, especially when it comes to flying. Anyway, thank you for all of that. Any last questions, comments?
No.
Very good. Let's see. Closed session. We have no closed session. Director's comments. Let me start with Director Falak. Comments.
Thank you, staff, for all the presentations and stuff. A lot of it is pretty straightforward and really appreciate the information. Thank you.
Dear
No comments, thank you.
Director Greg.
Thank you. Thank you, staff, for all your reports this morning, always thorough. So thank you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And I will also just say thank you, staff, for all the work that goes into this. Greatly appreciate it. And also I see that those are some really good functions that will be coming up. So hopefully the board will be approving those because I think they're all really important in the district and for our town. All right, so with that, I have nothing further except the next scheduled meeting is July 21 of 2026. And with that, we are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.